You know, I'm starting to think video game developers do things specifically to fuck with me. Let me take you on the roller coaster ride that has been my 2021. I started out by calling
Carnival of Pain
shit and saying that I had minimal hope for Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Couple of weeks later, and KT releases that first trailer that basically did nothing but confirm that you can paint your cars gold chrome. More recently, I made a video about Jurassic World Evolution 2 and how some people unironically think E750 is a better hybrid dino than Spinoraptor, in which I said this when on a tangent about the Liopleurodon. Now, that the Acrocanthosaurus for some reason has a Tyrannosaurid skull is bad. That we can agree on. But if the Liopleurodon looked like a Liopleurodon, it would look a lot like the Attenborosaurus. Now, that's not entirely correct. I realize that. But do you know which animal kinda fills that role perfectly? The Chronosaurus from the early Cretaceous DLC, which launched but a few weeks later. Yeah, it's good to see that I haven't lost my psychic touch that I first demonstrated by calling someone on GT Planet lazy and somehow deducing that Gran Turismo 6 would be updated before they'd get their shit done. Only to wake up the next morning to actually find that Gran Turismo 6 has been updated. And then I went and fucking did it again. Then, of course, there was that one time I predicted the Crew 2 would have boats a month before the rapist protectors themselves revealed it. Oh, and remember that thing I used to do? You know, the bit where I bitched about how the big name organizations and all that were basically monopolizing racing online in a fucking video game? Well, it turns out GTP has had to separate two more out into their own dedicated subforums. Now, at first you might think this is a good thing because that means more space on the Racing and League's landing page for independent series. But then you remember that not only does that mean these organizations have enough active threads to warrant a subforum of their own, but those subforums will also always be at the top of the RNL landing page. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this opportunity to reveal this little screen that I done did. Boy wowsy, I'm going to get crucified and burned alive by simdads if I ever publicly return to that site. Sorry, I think I got a lot bit derailed there, so let's get back on track by talking about my recent Gran Turismo hot take videos. Let's start with the October one. While we're at it, the CLK-LM. Now, I'm going to make the argument that it will probably go in Group 1 because, I mean, let's face it, everything but the tail lights is a prototype anyway. But then again, it is technically from the same class that also gave us the McLaren F1. So really it could either go in Group 1 or Group 3, and frankly I'm glad I don't have to make that decision. So in their as of now latest video as part of the GT7 marketing machine, they accidentally let slip that the CLK-LM's racing group allocation is Group 2. And I just want to warn you, Polyphony, because surely you know exactly what kind of worms you're opening with this. Remember when the McLaren F1 GTR was assigned to Group 3? And the outrage that followed because people had decided it fit better in Group 2? Admittedly, the CLK-LM makes a bit more sense considering it's from the homologation special era of GT1 racing, but still. I mean, we do have the performance points returning, and they look to have been reworked from the ground up, so that's gonna be interesting, and make racing groups in general pretty much irrelevant. But we're not quite done making this video yet. Before then, Polyphony revealed that fan-favorite original track Deep Forest Raceway was returning with GT7. Remember how Trial Mountain had moved halfway across the globe and seen a change in environment for it, seemed to double in scale thanks to lengthened straights, and how the fast left-right at the end, at least in the normal direction, had been turned into a slow bus stop to boost clicks on YouTube highlights of the World Championships? Well, most of Deep Forest looks alright. Some bits are good, some bits feel a bit like a missed opportunity. And then there's the final sector. The high-speed rocket ride along the cliffside no longer leads into a fast-banked left-hander, but now continues on a flat, straight, completely featureless road. Into a slow hairpin. Kinda reeks of YouTube clicks and playtesting being limited to the F1 cars, yet again. Because why would anyone ever race anything less than a GT3 car, am I right? I mean, we all know that the best motorsports are the ones with the most horsepowers and biggest downforces, right? Now, I'm not saying that this new layout can't be fun. Again, I'm not going to discount it until I've hosted a 2-hour endurance race with road cars built to around 300 to 400 brake horsepowers on it. I am saying that after that race, the gloves come off. And yes, for the record, I am hoping to have an actual gaming video out before the end of the year. But wouldn't that be a change of fucking pace for this channel?